Hey, it's Sunday morning, and the winner of these adapters from the contest from last week, okay, is it's known, goes by abbreviations TLR85. I already messaged you on the comments that you won. You remember, every other week I give away tools, brand new ones. The first one I gave away that big bag of all the used sockets and stuff. Uh, anyway, today I just want to talk to you about something. It's still winter time. Yes, last night it dropped down to 22 degrees. I mean, so we're in a fluctuation period here to where we're 50 degrees one day, 60 the next, and then it's down to 40, 30. We're in the flip-flop stage. I think Monday's the first day of spring, but a lot of you still are in a very cold environment. So I wanted to address this to where I've got some questions on that unit right there. That one there is a Daikin or whatever. It's actually a unit very popular overseas. It's a mini split. And some of you have asked me that you're building pole barns or you have a garage shop and you want heat and air. I'll turn this around and explain something for you, and I'll show you around the shop real quick. Some of you that are brand new to the channel that put it on for about a mini split. My walls, let me turn this around. I've got steel panel on the walls, but underneath that steel panel is, I made other videos, is ISO board. It's basically closed cell, but it comes in four by 8 sheets, or either 4 by 8 or 4 by 10. I'm sorry, I can't remember. But it's a real thick. It comes in, you can buy it at Home Depot on all, quarter inch, half inch, but this is different than the pink one. They're both closed cells, but this has a fiberglass matting on it. And this is used on commercial roofs. All right, I'll pull a piece off of here. This is the scraps. I got one wall left, so I used all the scraps that are left over. Look, there's 2 inches, it's closed cell. All right, this one has a fiberglass on the top and both sides. It's made for commercial roofs, all right? So in my shop, I'm using, got spray foam ceiling. Now remember, the dimensions when you're looking for one of these mini splits, it's length by width. It's the square foot of the room. But you got to calculate and understand that I left this open. I didn't bring the ceiling down to the ceiling height. Like they're going to have 12-foot walls on this building. So I'm heating all that there. That would have been attic space. But in here is my paint booth for some of you. Let me turn the light on in here. Bam, okay? I metaled it all the way around. So I enclosed the upper area. So it's all spray foamed in there, and I'm just holding. Now it's got no heat. It's 22 degrees outside. I keep a little bitty heater in here just so my paint, Bondo and all doesn't freeze. It's 49 degrees in here. That's the percent of humidity in this part, okay, because this is the only thing heating it. All right, so separated it off, close the paint booth door, and then we're in here. That's set, and that's running at 53 at 34% humidity. Now, what I do like about the mini splits is they basically they dehumidify. I don't know if it says it on the specs, it does it. Mine's dirty also. But it does. It keeps all my tools from rusting. I used to have a problem in my other shop to where, the humidity in the air and stuff like that. It would, tools would surface rust. This steel here, I built the table a while back. I don't have any rust on it, and that's just bare steel. So, do I like it? Do I not like it? If you're in a very, very, very cold environment, you gotta have some other heat, maybe a little heater there or whatever to bring it up, because you can research it deeper, but I'll just tell you right now, when it gets down past, let's see, I'd say not in teens, but past the teens, at 0 and below, it has a hard time because what it is a heat pump, basically. But so if you had, honestly, if this shop was bigger and originally I was going to put a little bitty wood stove right there, they would blow me out of here, right? But this does it. It keeps it at 50, and I can bring it up higher. But what I do is I set it on auto, I set it at 50, and it works. And what I was doing that was wrong, and my brother corrected me on it, actually he called me a cheap bastard or whatever. He said, stop being so cheap, Art. I would come home or come in here, I would turn that on, and then I would leave, go have breakfast or something, and come back in an hour later, and it would bring the shop up to temperature, right? And so it was fighting it to bring it up. Same thing in the summer. I would have it off and then come in and go inside, eat something, like I say, or whatever, and then come back out in an hour and it would cool down. Well, he said, why don't you just set it at the lowest setting, for winter time? And then it would just cycle. And it does. It cycles, but it doesn't come on and off all the time. I'm not having to heat up all this metal that's in this shop. All all the surroundings. I'm not having to bring it back up to heat. And then the unit fighting. So it keeps it at a constant. And my bill has probably gone up maybe $20 a month. You got to remember on this shop, this area here is 24 wide by 30 deep. All right, so that I'm looking at 1,200 square feet. No, I'm sorry, 720 square feet. Ooh, the whole shop is 1,200 square feet because the whole shop is 40 wide by 30 long. So I'm sorry, I was Sunday morning math. But there are requirements for this. All right, so you got to size it. If you got a small 2-car or 1.5, 1-car garage, something that comes out to 500 square feet, you could get away with a 12,000 BTU unit. And that runs on 110. So that's a regular plug-in outlet. You can run away with that. Now the thing is about running, this is basically a 2-ton of 24,000 BTU. It's good for 1,000 square feet. And I've got 720 square feet that I'm heating and cooling in here. So, and I've got it insulated walls and the ceiling. But it's basically at its max, I won't lie to you. And that's because of the volume. I tell you how the walls, if I would have dropped the ceiling down flat, it would have made a difference. Okay, so remember that when you're going to go buy one of these, you calculate if your ceiling's closed down like a regular garage, or if you're going to have it open like a pole barn that's open and taller. You got to put that into, consideration. So I love it. It's quiet. It's running right now, and it cycles in and out. It's got a bunch of different features, but I'll tell you one bad thing I did with it. All right, I ordered off of a guy on Facebook, and he's a very, very nice guy, and he travels like a 3-state region, like Texas, and then I think he does a little bit of Arkansas, and he does Oklahoma, or Kansas instead of Arkansas. But he travels in a route, and he brings them in, and he comes with his 3 sons and himself, so 4 people. They're in and out of here in an hour. I had to get someone else to hook it up to the panel box. You yourself, after they left, this is a very simple, hold on, very simple. I had a board already pre-mounted for them to drill the hole straight to the outside. This whole thing bolts onto that wall. One pipe goes outside, and I think for the electric runs outside, and then we had it coming right to my panel box. So that's all outside. It also, we had hangers. We put it on hangers, the outside of the shop. I'll take you outside and show you. Hold on. It's outside the shop. It's one hole. It's bringing down for the condensation, the drip down. The other goes into this unit. We built a little ledge here, bolted it all up. And that's the name of the unit right there. I got the little more expensive. It has an inverter in it, uses less electricity. It's quiet, it's running right now. And there it is, the power coming in and goes into a panel box. All right, here's one more real quick thing. What I plan to do this summer is, of course, I'm going to paint that insulation up there. It's a spray foam. But I plan on putting a ceiling fan mounted up in here, because even in the wintertime I could use it on low, because a lot of my heat, the really warm air, is up there. Okay, it's warm here, it's in the 50s right here, right, 53 or whatever, but up there, and that's because I got it set on the lower setting. I mean, I can bring this shop up to probably, honestly, with that and the temperature outside, about 70 degrees is the max it'll bring it up. But I'm gonna put the ceiling fan for the winter and for the summer, and it'll work both ways, because this heat up there, that all the heat rises, right, and in the summertime, you know, cold air sinks. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on mini splits. I'm sorry if I bored you. Next week we'll start another giveaway on another tool. I think it's going to be something for electrical that everybody can use, no matter what you're working on, lawnmowers, cars, whatever. It's a set of, I'll just tell you next week. Anyway, God bless you all. Thank you for hanging around. And if you buy one of those, oh, real quick, I checked Facebook Marketplace. That's where I found this. All right. You can do all this mounting yourself. You can buy it, and then you can just have an electrician mount it, do the power for it. Okay. I don't do electric. My brother helps me, and I have a friend that's an electrician that does that stuff. But these prices have come down on these mini splits. I mean, they were very, very expensive in the beginning. And then they came down, and I bought it because it's a good deal. I think I paid maybe, don't hold me to it, maybe $1,500 for that's the mini split and the install. All right. Now, you know, things, people are in it, and these are used overseas everywhere. Here in the United States, this is kind of new. I mean, it's been around, but it's kind of a new thing. It really didn't catch on in the beginning. I'm not hitting your guys, so don't throw rocks at me. But a 500, let's say a 12,000 BTU unit, which is good for 500 square feet. In my area, they're going for, this is just for the unit, between $450 and $500. And then a 18,000 BTU unit, I found them at around 700. That runs 220 volts, all right? That's good for 750 square feet. And then a 1,000 square foot unit for that big is a 24,000 BTU, which is what I have there. They're down to $900. And then I think there was one for 36,000 BTU, which would have done both sides of the shop. And, you know, had I known or learned more, I probably would have put that in here. And then I could have just left doors open and stuff. Those are, let's see, those are around $1,200, you know, so things have come down. That's the price for the unit, okay? Then you got to do the install. But if you got a shop like this, you can do the install. I'm telling you, you can do it. You saw it. It was a hole in the wall, and there's brackets on the back. And this thing just basically, you take that plastic case off, and there's a grid that you bolt on there, and then you slide the case back on it. So there's plenty of other videos on YouTube about mini splits. This is just a review of, you know, if I like it or not. But if you're in a really, really, really cold place and you've got a pole barn with tall ceilings, for the winter time, I put a small wood stove in there, and then, you know, run a mini split too. Just saying, all right? Same thing goes for the summertime. If, you know, either you spray foam the place and bring the ceiling down, you know, and it'll work, or you got to put some big ass fans in here to run with that. See you next time.